Horrors from beyond have already claimed two of the Fitzwarren clan. Will it claim the ancestral home too? Or can we put a stop to it here on Steady Roller Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep?
Okay, so we're ready to start. Okay, we join late evening at Warren Hall. Sir Edward Fitzwarren is upstairs in a catatonic state, floating above his bed, engulfed with a magical conflagration. You have discovered that the watching star in the hearth, on the hearth in the Great Hall, has begun to fail, where once it bound a creature referred to as a fire vampire. In the journal of Edric Warren, a descendant of the current patrons of the hall, your bringing mythos artifacts of power has weakened the ward, and thus the whole house is in danger of being, the fire vampires are in danger of being released, and the house burned to the ground, as was foresaw by Stanton in previous vision. We left last time round when Blake and Bert were frantically removing all of the mythos-related items from the house to the car outside, and meanwhile Jacob and Professor Howard were in the kitchen, securing the chalk and salt required to add to the blood of a righteous one to begin the ritual. Okay, so in the kitchen you are able to locate chalk and salt relatively easily, Jacob. Professor Howard joins you as you're rummaging through the cupboards, and meanwhile outside in the cold early spring air, I presume you're just going to... Did you say that you're removing all of the items, including the books as well? I can't remember.
Everything.
Everything that you have that could be remotely related to the mythos related is going to go outside in the car, yeah?
Yeah, and we're going to take it off the grounds.
Okay, you're going to drive it away as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Forgive me, sir, says Bentley the butler. If you don't mind me asking, as he passes you the keys, what exactly is going on?
It's probably better that you don't know for now, and when your master is feeling fit again, he can explain to you. For now, I'm afraid you're just going to have to trust us.
Where are you planning on taking all of that stuff?
Just to the edge of the grounds. We have determined that it's not safe for it to remain here.
What would you have me do? Lady Amelia seems most upset. She's asked me to find out whether there's anything that I can do to help.
Perhaps if you go and find our colleagues, I think they were headed towards the kitchen, and assist them. We are all right here. We will return shortly once we've deposited the car outside the gates. I'm assuming that it'll be safe out there. There's no likelihood of it being stolen.
No, sir. We live in a very remote neighbourhood. I wouldn't imagine it would be stolen. He hands you the keys and then turns and heads back down towards the back of the house. So you're going to take the car and drive it to the end of the drive and just leave it at the end of the drive?
Yeah, off premises. So just beyond the gates.
Okay.
I'll be going with them.
Yeah. Okay. You drive the car to the end of the drive, through the gates, and out onto what is this kind of a small, dark country lane. Parking the Bentley on the side of the road. You then just walk straight back as quick as you can down the drive.
Yep.
Okay, you crunch back down the gravel driveway. Meanwhile, in the house, you have managed to locate the ingredients there and put them out onto the table. What are you doing now?
What about the blood, Howard?
No, that's causing me some concern. It says the blood of a righteous one. So what do you think? Should that be the blood of a holy man? Or someone who does not have evil in their heart?
Well, in all candour, I can't describe myself as righteous, and I doubt very much that Bert is either.
And giving Blake the benefit of the doubt, or erring on the side of caution. Yes, I'll be happy to use my own blood, but I say, am I righteous enough? I wouldn't have thought of myself as righteous, particularly.
The alternative would be one of the staff, but I doubt very much we'll be able to persuade them to participate. A little bit of an ask. Anyway, let's return. I think the sooner we begin this, the better.
I'll take that sharp knife. Anyway, we'll need it.
Okay, so you're taking the chalk and salt. Have you mixed it in a bowl, or what have you done?
What does the ritual require? Does it actually say what needs to be done with these things?
It says that you need to mix the chalk and salt with blood, and then use that to redraw the watching star sigil.
Okay. So we'll probably need some sort of paintbrush.
Yeah, is there something in the kitchen that would suffice?
Yeah,
Any brushes?
you have a look around and you find a pastry brush. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'll mix the chalk and the salt in a large bowl, and get a couple of pastry brushes, and then head back to. It's the hall, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. You head back to the.
Wondering if we mix it. Yeah. Now.
Okay. Move back into the hallway. You notice as soon as you enter the hall that the temperature has continued to rise, and it's really, really hot.
So we prepare the mixture now here.
Well, I can begin. I can begin painting then. I think, Howard, it may be for you to provide the blood.
Yes, let's do that here, or maybe back.
I think here.
Well, Jacob, I think we better make the liquid now. You mix the salt and the chalk. It's time for blood. Howard takes off his jacket, places it on the chair, and rolls up his shirt sleeves. You notice on the upper forearm of his left arm is a black skeletal handprint. It's from an earlier time. I'll explain later if we make it through. Howard turns over his arm, takes out the paring knife from the kitchen, and cuts across his arm, letting the blood drip into the bowl. Whether or not I'm righteous, I cannot say, but hopefully the gods, fair or foul, will judge this blood worthy enough.
I hope so too, Howard. I'll begin mixing.
Almost as if an answer to your last statement, you suddenly hear a deep rumbling sound from within the hearth itself, and the sound of fire belching. It's invisible, but the sound of fire kind of brimming up from within the depths of the house suddenly shock you. You can't help but look at the fireplace. You see the eyes aflame, having opened again.
Where are the others? I don't think we can wait much longer.
I think they'll be on their way. It's going to take me a while to draw all this. What exactly does the ritual require? Is it to retrace the symbols?
I believe so. To retrace the watching eye.
Right. Well,
okay.
I'll begin.
So you've mixed together the chalk, salt, and the blood, and you're going to into a paste, and you're going to start using the brush that you've got to retrace the symbol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your occult skill, please?
60. 60.
And do you have any craft skills or art or craft skills? You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't need to tell me what it is. Just tell me what the highest, what the percentage is.
Well, it's 30.
It's the one you're thinking of. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Is there any way I can assist?
Just shows attention to detail and the ability to be able to copy things. Right. Okay. Yep. You don't know whether you're just doing your best. It's not really something you can help with, unfortunately.
Can't really point it out, but do that bit. You missed a bit.
Okay. As you're starting to draw the sigil, both of you are sweating quite profusely because of the temperature in here. You start to see the odd flicker of flame appears almost like in the air around the Great Hall. You look to the left, to the right, like up, down as you see these flickers, and every time you look to see where they are, you can't see them just out the corner of your eye. Blake and Bert, you have to hastening up back up the driveway. You're back at the house now.
I'd head back into the room where the others are.
Okay, you make your way through the corridors. You pass a bemused housekeeper, and you see the maid, one of the maids, kind of hiding almost behind some curtains as you run past in fear. You make your way back to the Great Hall, and you can, as you enter, you're hit by the wall of heat. as you enter the hallway, and you see, you obviously see the other two. You see Professor Howard poring over the journal of Edric Warren, and at the same time, you see Jacob carefully retracing the worn sigils on the hearth.
This goes wrong. This house is going to go up. We should probably get all the staff and the family out.
What time of day is that?
What's the way?
What time
What
of day
day
was
is
that?
it?
I forgot. No, what time of day is it? I forgot
Oh,
what
it's the
time of day
evening.
it
It's
is.
about 10 o'clock. Well, actually, a bit later than that. Maybe about 10:30.
Well, we obviously can't move Charles because he's kind of a bit hot to the touch at the moment. But does his wife know about the occult stuff? I don't think she does she?
It didn't seem that she did, from what she was saying.
No.
She obviously has suspicions, but no.
Well, at this point, I think we should get everybody out. I mean, the fact that they're wandering around the house looking scared, we need everybody out.
I'll call over my shoulder. Get the butler to do it. He'll know who needs to go and where they are.
No, well, exactly. I'll go. I'll leave.
Okay.
Go and find the butler.
Okay, it's not difficult to find. He's kind of loitering around, not far from the Great Hall, not really knowing what to do. Sir, I don't really know what to do, sir.
I have a request. That your master is in a very grave situation. I'm not going to be able to explain to you what's happening, but you've seen the state that he's in. I need you to take the lady of the house and everybody else who is here out to a place of safety to the edge of the grounds. There is a definite risk that the house is going to catch fire, and I don't want any of you put at risk. We are doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
How do you mean? How can it catch fire? Why do you say such things?
Well, you saw what's happening to your master. That is an extension of that is likely to cause the house to catch fire if we're not successful in what we are attempting. I don't have time to explain it to you.
Oh, madness.
Yes, it is madness, but a lot of mad things are happening in this house at the moment, and you're going to have to trust me.
Lady Amelia told me to trust you and to do what you said, so I will. It goes against everything, but...
Please tell Lady Amelia that in order to protect her husband and protect all of you, you must all leave as soon as you can. It's imperative. Do not interrupt our work.
No, sir. He spins round and runs off down the corridor.
Do not return. Nobody is to return until one of us comes to collect you.
He carries on running.
To the silverware.
Back in the hall.
Silverware. Sorry.
After it's taken you a good kind of maybe 15, 20 minutes, but you think that you've done a good job in redrawing the star sigil with your mixture, Jacob. The next part of the ritual was to anoint the hearthstone with a drop of blood from a righteous one.
Okay, I'll lean forward and squeeze some blood onto the fireplace.
Okay. You suddenly hear, as the blood hits the fireplace, begins to run down it, you hear the bass rumble of fire from within the fireplace again, and all of a sudden smoke begins to pour forth down the chimney and out into the room.
Okay. Next stage is the candles, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all light candles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read out the verse.
Okay, yeah, so each one of you needs to hold a candle, and then you need to read out the verse.
Yeah, Howard reads the verse and everyone repeats the last 3 lines.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you're all going to do that now?
Yes.
Okay. And how are you going to position yourself? You're going to be in front of the fireplace?
Yes. I think, do we have to hold hands?
Doesn't say anything about holding hands. Just says you've got to hold the candle.
Okay.
A rough semicircle in front of the...
Yeah, rough semicircle.
Okay. Are you going to stand in the middle, Howard?
Yep.
All right. I'll go on his right.
I'll go on his left.
Okay.
Come stand by me, Douglas.
I'll do that.
Okay. You have now enacted the first 3 parts of the ritual. Only the 4th part is to go. The final part, the reading of the power over flame from the journal. Professor Howard, you stand in front of the fireplace. It's not blood, sweat pouring down your face. All around, you can see the flickers of flame that are becoming more and more obvious in the room. The huge bellow of smoke that you saw when you dropped the blood onto the hearth has subsided to a degree, but the room is still filled with smoke, and a small amount still trickles out of the chimney, out of the hearth.
Good luck, gentlemen. May God be with us.
Good luck,
Here
Howard.
goes.
One.
Jed medu netjer en carnefa. Irisacum setapet. Ra he keperu. Thoth heka. Osiris en ank. Nebjiru. Serget secum. Peret keperu. Nebnetjiru. Serget secum. Peret en nephrem ka. Ta setup nesu. Temet nesu netja. Secum
Second.
en
En
Jabbar.
Jabbar.
Secum
Second.
En
en
Jabbar.
Jabbar. Secum en
Second en Jabbar.
Jabbar.
Okay, can you make power rolls for me, please? Not the lead caster, just the other three for now, please.
Success from me.
Okay, just a normal success.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Normal success. Oh, no, yep, normal success for me as well.
Okay.
Normal success for me also.
Which is surprising how badly I pronounced everything.
Okay. So you have three. Okay, so the lead caster, Professor Howard, you need to make a power roll, please.
Here goes. A normal success.
Okay. You need a hard success, but you have two bonus dice because of your colleagues helping you.
Okay. So what's that? 64. So just 2 d10s. No
Not
for the
ideal.
first, and no
Yeah.
for the second.
What did you get? You got both. So you got one normal success so far.
Um,
What did
Yeah.
you get with the other ones?
so the best result I got was a normal success.
Okay.
Actually got
What
worse.
did you? What?
So I had 64, 94, and 74.
Okay.
Perhaps we read the inscription again.
I'm going to go and get a fire extinguisher.
The room becomes even hotter to the point where you can hardly stand it now. You can see flames now appearing in the air all around you, not just little glints previously, but actual flames. Smoke begins to pour down the chimney. Can you all make sanity rolls, please?
That's a
Failed my
fail.
sanity roll.
Fail for me.
Okay.
Ask for Howard.
I passed with flying colours.
So anybody that failed their
I
sanity,
think I gained sanity from that, actually.
you lose two sanity points if you failed. Okay. What you're going to do? Everything's getting hotter. More and more flames are appearing. The smoke is beginning to pour down the chimney.
Try it again, Howard.
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Okay. You read through the whole incantation again, yeah?
Do you want to don't just read the incantation. Do everything again.
The blood on the fireplace.
Yeah.
And then we're all holding the candles. Read through the incantation. And then I'll hold up a finger for the last 3 lines to show when we're going to start saying that.
Okay.
Do this.
Okay. Can you make a power roll again, everybody, please?
That's a hard success for me.
It's a regular success for me.
Okay.
I have an extreme success.
Okay. So you now have 2 bonus dice, and you only need a regular success for this to succeed.
That's a regular success.
Okay.
So you
You're not sure whether it's. Pardon?
Yeah.
So you were really close before, but not quite.
Do you want me to roll the bonus die?
No, as long as you've got a regular.
Oh, go on, get a critical success.
Go on then, roll it.
Okay, so down to 50, still 1 regular.
No.
Rubbish.
2
Leaving
dice
you
roll.
D10.
Okay. So the second time, whether it's the desperation or the realization that your lives probably depended upon the incantation succeeding, you put all of your heart and soul into the words. And as you come to the end of the incantation, there is a silence hangs in the air. You look at each other, sweat dripping from every pore. Suddenly the sigil blazes white for a moment. Immediately the flames and smoke dissipate and the room begins to cool. The watching eye opens once again.
Do it. Has it worked?
I think so. The eyes open
looks like it.
and the flames have subsided.
Suddenly, you're all aware of a ghostly figure standing in the corner of the room.
I'll turn towards it.
Turn and you see a Georgian-looking gentleman with round glasses. He's no longer a flame. He just smiles and nods and then vanishes.
Edward Warren, I presume. Right.
Well, let's go and see
Let's
how
check
Charles is.
Sir Edward.
Edward, not Charles. Sorry, Charles is dead. Know how he is.
You're going to head upstairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You sprint upstairs and you find Edward lying on his bed, covered in sweat, as you can imagine, moaning as if he's asleep, but in some sort of terrible dream.
I'll walk up to him and place my hand on his shoulder. Sir Edward, can you hear me? You're okay. The house is safe, we believe. The protection has been restored. Is there any sign of maybe?
He goes, and then he jolts, and his eyes flick open, and he blinks, staring around the room. What? He sits up, bolt upright, looking at you. What are you doing in my bedroom?
Fear not, Sir Edward. It's a matter of grave importance.
Lady Amelia, where is she? Is she okay?
She is. She is safe.
I must
outside.
go to her.
We will fetch them at once.
Outside? Why is she outside at this time of night? She'll catch her death. What's been going on?
Do not worry, Sir Edward. We believe the worst is over. It was the protection that the Eye was giving the house. Its power was weakening, but with the help of one of your ancestors, we believe that we have restored what magical powers it has granted this place, and you are once safe again.
What?
Once you're up and about, I'll explain all. But for now, we'll fetch Lady Amelia and the others. I think it's safe for them to return.
What do you mean? They're all outside. Well, what?
It's for their safety.
The last thing I remember is retiring to bed with a headache.
Yes, I fear it's more than that.
I had a terrible dream. The house was ablaze, and I could not get to Lady Amelia. She was trapped.
It was just
perilously close to that dream becoming a reality, but I think the watching eye is now restored.
He pours some water from his side jug and drinks it. I do not rightly understand what has happened, but maybe you could explain in the morning.
Yes, in the morning. For now, we've pushed the darkness back for a while. The house is safe, but those items, we had to remove them. The tomes and the items.
What items?
Do you not remember? The items that these fellows brought with them? The items they recovered?
Yes, I remember those items. But none of this makes sense. I went to sleep with a headache. Am I safe? Are we safe? Please get everybody back in. Maybe then we can talk further.
Yes, of course. We'll be back. We'll meet you downstairs. Would you like me to send Bentley up?
Yes, if you could, please.
Yeah.
Okay, you go back downstairs, and are you going to summon the rest of the household in, I presume?
Yeah, that's it. I'll summon Bentley. Well, he's outside, isn't he? With everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, best go and get them.
You please not use the word summon, Bentley. You just call him.
Call him in, yes, indeed. Yes, I'll go and fetch Bentley and bring the others back.
Okay, presently the rest of the household have been brought back in, and they're safely ensconced in the wall. There's some confused and scared looks from the household staff, as you can imagine. And presently you are sat again in front of the fire in the smoking room with Sir Edward, who's now fully dressed. Now, if you wouldn't mind telling me what the dash is going on.
We'll tell you what we know, and bits and pieces of which seem to have made themselves clear. Perhaps I should start with this, and I will place the journal of Edric Warren on the table. One of your ancestors from 150 years ago, maybe?
Picks up and flicks through it. Edric Warren. I've read about him so many times. Tenant-in-Chief of Neverraven. A man of note, accused of being a witch back in 1644, but was one of the very few found not guilty. How have you come about this? This is not my book.
Well, we have your family to thank for that.
I've never been able to find any more about my mysterious ancestor.
Well, we believe those ancient items were imbued with such power that they had weakened the seal that was protecting the house. The watching eye was no mere ornament, no mere carving for fun and to impress visitors. I believe it was an ancient ward upon the house that Edric had placed there. We believe to protect the family from a fire vampire, if such a creature exists. And from what we've seen this evening, I'm sure it does. Anyway, he came to us in a ghostly form and led my colleagues here to the cellar, where once in an old hearth many years ago he'd buried this journal and several candles. The journal explains.
Well, never. Who'd have
the
thought that?
ritual.
All this time I'm sat here, sat right on top of it. Well,
Yeah.
all I can say is I'm glad you were here. It seems I owe you a great debt of gratitude.
Think nothing of it, Sir Edwin.
I'm not sure it's the case that you should thank us for being here,
No.
because the fact that we're here is what caused the
Yeah.
incident in the first place.
Yeah, you could look at it like that, I guess, but the way I
Although,
see it is it could have happened any time. I have brought many items back here.
Mm.
There are still items here now. There must be something about some or one of those items that you have that is unusually powerful.
Mm.
and isn't not correct that your sons had these visions, these nightmares, before we arrived, or these items were here. So maybe it was always destined to happen at some stage. But with the seal reforged, and now we know what the problem is, or what dangers could weaken the seal in future. Then we perhaps write that in Edric's journal, or any of or whoever comes next.
As I said, I am most grateful to you. You are brave men.
Well, I've pledged
There is little more to
the
say other
service of
than
my.
that.
We need to explain, or you need to explain something to your staff and your wife as to what has happened this evening. We've left it very open with them, but they're going to require some explanation.
Yes, I'm sure they will. For many years, I've tried to shield them from this, just like I tried to shield Stanton and Charles. But I have a feeling that, especially for darling Amelia, her days of ignorance may be coming to an end.
I fear Mrs. Stokes is more formidable than we realise. I wouldn't be surprised if she knows much of this already.
She misses nothing, that woman. Still,
So,
you all look exhausted. You have a long trip ahead of you tomorrow. I suggest you rest now, if you're confident that you have secured the house.
I
the
believe
only
so.
thing I think is the items in the car. I know Bentley said they were safe, but could other forces be drawn towards them?
Where is the car?
It's parked just outside the gates.
And all of those items are within it.
Yes.
Probably maybe bring it in to the drive, at least within the grounds.
Yes. Okay. But it depends on whether it is the grounds included or just merely the building that is at risk. But let's bring them inside. It'll only be for the night.
Yeah.
Before we move on.
Are we planning on setting forth in the morning?
Yes.
I think we need to.
Oh yes, about that. Before I went to bed, I looked up an old contact who may be able to help you with your journey.
It's promising.
An old club friend of mine by the name of Captain Alfred Hargood, Alfie. He's a retired naval officer. He's now a fixture on the South Coast yachting scene. He owns the Sea Whisper, a sturdy 60-foot motor sailor moored at the Eastbourne Marina. I could get Bentley to drive you to Eastbourne tomorrow. You could be in Calais by tomorrow.
Would be perfect. Thank you.
It's the least I can do.
Sorry. I could you repeat his name for me? I'm sorry.
Captain Alfred Hargood.
Oh, good.
You realise that I, in my heart, would wish to come with you, don't you?
I think it's
if it
best
were
that
not
you
for
look
Lady
after your
Amelia.
wife. Yes, indeed. We have.
If it were not for her, you would not be able to hold me back. I feel the passing the baton does not sit well with me.
You've lost too much already. I think that you should spend your time with those that care for you and you care for. I have no one else.
That is
So
wise
we do-
counsel. It has taken too much from my wife. She does not deserve to lose any more. But it is only for that reason that I choose not to accompany you. You must realise that, mustn't you?
Yes, of course, wouldn't expect you to.
We wouldn't be here now if it hadn't been for you and your sons. So I think you and your family have already given enough in this fight. But know that if the situation was different, we would be honoured to have you with us.
It's very kind of you to say so. He smiles. Now, to bed. Okay, you're going to head to sleep
Hmm.
after the car is retrieved and moved within the grounds.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Mhm.
so head to bed then. Get a good night's
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah.
You sleep well, despite strange dreams. The physical exertion overcomes you, and you sleep long. And you awaken. The sun has long since risen. The hour is past 9 when you finally make it down to breakfast. You breakfast heartily. You've been eating for you've been in the breakfast room for about half an hour when Sir Edward enters the room. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Sir
morning.
Edward.
Morning. How are
You
you
feeling
feeling?
better?
I am indeed, yes. I slept little, though, after our discussion last night. My mind whirring over things, how I could be more of assistance to you. I've spent the small hours researching those strange symbols on those plans that you gave me. I was sure that I had seen them before somewhere. Kept eating away at me. I have discovered something that you may find of interest. The symbols, at least some of them, seem to be related to the great race of Yith. Heard of that?
No.
He sits
Tulsa.
down and breaks the top off a boiled egg. An alien race from another world that settled on prehistoric Earth during the late Paleozoic era. The race was highly advanced with vast intellects and unparalleled knowledge. They were capable of time travel. Their biggest city on Earth was known as Nyarlathotep and was thought to be located in present-day Australia. That red leather tome that you showed me, the narcotic manuscripts, will undoubtedly hold more information about the Great Race. I'm sure that is connected. You may find more about the sigils in there.
Look at Professor Baker. Sounds
Hmm.
like something for you.
Some light bedtime reading.
That's most helpful, Sir Edward.
Hmm.
We have come across a few connections with Australia, which is concerning.
And those
Yes,
clocks as
the-
well that you mentioned.
But is there
Just
any
that we have-
suggestion that the youth are still present on the planet in some shape or form? Or is it just that these cultists are looking to use their technology, replicate it in some way?
It could be either or both of those things. My researchers have discovered little of the Great Race other than what I have told you, but I cannot see why, if they were able to travel through time, why they would not be present here now. But it certainly seems like their advanced intellect, scientific ability, and unparalleled knowledge is somehow attempting to be tapped into. That is what I take from what I see. The original items that you've showed me that look ancient, they probably are literally prehistoric, whereas we see that someone has tried copying them, which suggests, as you said, that someone is trying to use their science for some end. That is all I can conjecture. What those plans are and what they are attempting to build is anyone's guess, but it is certainly something that would be way beyond our understanding and technology.
Well, I hope it's not a time machine. If that's
I'm sorry if that's a rather heavy conversation to have over an egg, but
we've had
thought
worse.
Wait until we get to the bacon and sausages. Well, I think we're pretty sure that these items were being used by all these cults to break down seals and summon the different faces of the god Nyarlathotep. Is it trapped somewhere else? And that's what they're trying to do, is use this technology to open up that portal.
Well,
Maybe it's a point for conjecture, but whatever's happening, we need to stop it.
Live in
You
hope
mentioned-
that they're taking to build a craft to fly to the planet that the Yith originally came from, and they can all depart our planet and leave us alone. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way.
that would be
It
a
would be
rather
nice.
convenient scheme, would it not? Yeah. I do not know. I cannot conjecture any more than I have offered. I think your onward travel and investigations will be the only thing that will uncover any more. What we do know is that something is happening. Something that is connected with that date that you mentioned.
Yes.
How long have we got?
Well,
Is it 2 years?
Pardon?
I was trying to remember how long we have till that date.
It's currently March 1925. You should have the date hopefully somewhere.
In fact, I have, but finding it's different.
So one of the most important things we need to remember. It's in there somewhere.
14th of January 1926.
Well done. Where did it come from?
Monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society is an upcoming solar eclipse.
Say it again. 14th of.
January 1926.
Is that 9 months away?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lifetime, gentlemen.
Mm. So, you're going to finish your breakfast?
Yes. Well, obviously, so we'll keep you updated as and where we are, as and when we're able.
Yes, please do.
And
what are you planning on doing with? Are you taking all of your bits and pieces with you?
Yes, we are.
Are you taking the plans as well?
I think perhaps you should keep the plans.
I am happy to do
Well,
so.
gentlemen, I don't know. Where are they safest?
At least I could, if you didn't wish me to keep them, I could take a photograph of them.
That may be preferable. We don't know. We may need them at a later date, perhaps.
maybe if we leave the plans here and take a photograph with us, easier to carry, easier to destroy. Should we need to?
Well, just light them. Supposed to photograph. Let's just take all the originals. Let's keep everything in one place.
Okay. So the next question for you guys from me. So you finished breakfast. And the rest of the household, which leads you to make. Oh yeah, he mentions that the Alfie is expecting you and is happy to take you across the channel to Calais as soon as you can get there. Really, you are to meet him in the King's Head in Eastbourne.
Excellent.
In terms of travelling, so you're taking all of the stuff that you've collected. How is that being distributed? Is it all going to be in one trunk? Or how's it going to work?
I think it should all stay in one trunk. I think we should also
all of the tomes and all of the items are all in one trunk. Yeah,
it's a big old fat trunk. If that's too much, then we'll have two trunks.
Well, yeah, that's going to be a lot in one trunk because the books are pretty heavy.
Two trunks then.
Yes. It's two, yeah.
Two separate trunks.
Yeah.
What is that? Okay, let's just have a look at the list.
I think those tomes.
Yeah.
I'll need to be. I'll want to spend some time reading them as we travel to Cairo.
That's fine.
Let's say the two trunks then. So whose luggage are they going to be?
Mine. That's fine.
Okay, so you're going to label them up as yours.
One for me and one for Jacob.
Okay.
You're going to use your names or real names. Just worried if people are looking.
That's going to be the case. The next question. So, whose names are you going to put on the trunks, and what address are you going to put on them?
Well, hopefully they're not going to get lost. I wasn't going to put an address on them, and I was going to put my own name on them because by the time we get to, we're traveling incognito across the channel, and then in France we're not wanted in France anyway, so it makes no difference. So I'm not going to be traveling under a false name.
Okay. So you're putting you're just putting your name on them, but you're not putting any addresses on the trunks.
I will put the address of
Perhaps a benefactor in New York.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. Well, I was either thinking,
What the lawyer? You mean Carlton Ramsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ramsey's office makes sense.
Okay. Or Mr. Finch.
That's not a good idea.
Okay, so you're going to take all that with you in two separate trunks. Fine.
Yeah.
I
think.
What are you doing with things like? I mean, these are questions possibly for later, but just so that I know, things like, well, do you have any explosive left for a start?
Yes.
What are you doing with them?
Taking them. And what I was going to say was that I want to booby trap the both of the chests, the trunks. I don't really mean booby traps so that if somebody tries to open them, then they'll go off. But if we need to destroy them quickly, if people are going to steal them, and it's kind of last chance saloon for us, so a bit of a suicidal moment. If there's a grenade in each and a small jerry can of flammable liquid that you could just detonate the Mills bomb in the crate with the flammable liquid, it'll destroy whatever's in there. So whoever the last man standing is does that. At least they won't fall into cultists' hands. If anyone has a better way of destroying everything that we're carrying in a fast fashion.
I would imagine a Mills bomb in the crate on its own would do the job, but
well, I was thinking that maybe something flammable as well, because obviously the shrapnel will make a difference, but fire as well. If you remember, we singly failed to set Gavigan's house on fire, unfortunately, with Mills bombs. If you got a small sealed can of kerosene or something would
paraffin or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
So
that work for everybody?
Yep.
Yes, one thing I am thinking about, the items where we know what they do. The Starstone, the headband.
Yeah, people are
the
carrying
scepter.
those themselves.
They
Yeah.
are carrying them. Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that they're
It's
not
it's the other artifacts that aren't,
so the things that are in the trunks then,
wearable.
so I'm labouring this point, but I need to make sure that I'm clear on this. So the golden mirror mask, that's in the trunk, yeah?
Everything that isn't a wearable item that we've distributed is in the trunk.
So the grey metal headband is being worn by somebody. That's, isn't it?
I think that's
carried.
I think that's Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob's got that.
Carried by Jacob. Okay.
I'm wearing the Starstone.
Yeah, carried by Jacob. Okay. So you're wearing the Starstone. Is there any other items that anybody's?
Yeah. So the scepter, the Nyambi scepter.
Okay.
And
Sir Edward told us that the four-faced mask and the two scepters were the most powerful items.
Yeah, there's a scepter which you found in the one made out of wood, which is found in New York. But that's not as powerful. The scepters that are the really powerful ones are the ones that you found in Gavigan's, the pair of scepters. So those ones, and that other mask.
So the Nyambi scepter is one of those two scepters.
No.
Is that correct? Okay.
As per the document that I lovingly created for you, with all nicely and clearly laid out,
which I'm looking at right now.
The pair of scepters is a pair of scepters that has an inverted ankh on one and a crook on the other, and both of which were found in Gavigan's underground laboratory. The Nyambi scepter is the one that you found in Juju House, which is a carved wooden scepter made from African baobab wood and is set with Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Sir Edward told us that item was used by warlocks and wizards to enhance their power.
Yep. So that's now going to be carried by Howard, isn't it? Okay. Right. So and you're going to booby trap the trunks by putting what? A Mills bomb and a small thing of kerosene in each one?
Yep.
Could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, maybe. Is there anything else that you want to do before you set out? No?
So we have the name of a contact in Egypt.
You do?
Did Sir Edward, has he contacted him to let us know that we're on our way? Or was it just the name of someone that we can trust?
He said he would send him a telegram to let him know that you would let him know you.
And is he in the know, as it were, or is he just a friend?
You'd have to ask Sir Edward.
Yes.
When he comes back, so you want to know that. Yeah.
Okay. Just so we have to be mindful of what we say in front of him.
Okay, so other than that, that's the only thing left to ask. So you're going to busy yourself getting yourself ready, and then looking to leave ASAP, all right?
What are we going to do about weapons, though? We can obviously take them Calais fairly easily with Sir Edward's
that's a good question.
help.
That's a good question.
We just put grenades in our trunks, so we need to think of something.
Is there anything?
Library?
So I was thinking about other things such as dynamite and Mills bombs. We know that what we're going to be encountering is, well, some of it is going to be immune to mundane weapons, but plenty of things aren't. I wonder whether we need to arm ourselves more effectively if we are heading to the Dark Continent.
Well, the mundane weapons, as you described them, have served us fairly well against the human
far.
aspects of the enemy.
Indeed. Well, I mean,
it's
how
only
many
you
Mills
Brits-
bombs do we have? So gone.
So it's only you Brits who seem to be averse to carrying firearms.
Oh,
Although I wouldn't level that against Bert.
Well, all right, some Brits.
How many Mills bombs and how much dynamite do we have left?
Not enough.
Well,
That's just.
I have 6 Mills bombs, but I'll put 1 each in the chests. That takes me down to 4, and I have no dynamite.
You put in the you're putting them the Mills bombs in chests. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean they're not there to go. I mean they're there so that if somebody needs to use one quickly,
I realised that.
Yeah. Last resort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody else got any Mills bombs or dynamite? Jacob?
No.
I thought you may have taken them from me, but
I think I did. I did. I was just
Yeah.
making sure you did. I think I took your Mills bombs. I wanted to make sure you didn't have any dynamite either. It's not that I don't trust you, and you are much more sound of mind currently. But
Currently,
I have to say, I am worried that given what happened previously with that police officer when we were in New York, should something befall you, I would be very concerned if you were carrying something of that destructive capability.
So, in the chest, you got 2 Mills bombs. What's happening with the dynamite? You putting some of that in there, or
I haven't got any dynamite. I don't think we've got any. I think we used it all.
you used it all up, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool then. So, for the time being, you're just carrying your guns.
Yes.
Same with you, Bert. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He's carrying his guns. Good. Right, okay. Right.
I also have a pistol.
Which you're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the morning sun glimmers pale through a thin mist rising from the dewy lawns of Warren Hall. The air is fresh and cool, carrying the faint scent of damp earth and early spring flowers. Somewhere in the distance, a rook calls from the treetop, the sound sharp in the stillness of the estate. You're standing next to Sir Edward's Bentley at the foot of the grand steps, the last of your luggage secured. The old house looks much as it did when you first arrived, grand and austere. But those who know how to look might sense that something beneath its ancient stones has shifted. Sir Edward Fitzwarren steps from the entrance hall. His expression is grave but composed. The lines around his eyes seem a little deeper than they did when you arrived, though there's a measure of relief in his bearing now, like a man who has survived a great storm and lived to tell tale of it. At his side, Lady Amelia Fitzwarren is dressed in a pastel morning coat and a simple hat. Her face is pale, but her gaze is steady. They both approach you. Sir Edward steps forward, shaking each of your hand in turn. I shan't waste your time with speeches, my friends, but I will say this. You saw where others faltered. You spoke words better left unspoken and faced a fire that hungered for the world. That such things exist is horror enough. That they were stayed is a triumph. I owe you much more than mere gratitude. Yet, that is all I can give you. Always know that you are not alone. There are still a few of us watching the horizon. He takes a deep breath, glancing at the brightening sky, as though wary of what it might hold. Lady Amelia also steps forward. I hope you'll forgive the hospitality. I fear our thoughts have been elsewhere these past days. I understand little, but what I do understand well enough is that we owe you our greatest gratitude. And you shall always have friends at Warren Hall. Stanton and Charles wouldn't have had it any other way. And should you find yourselves in dire need, please send word. She offers each of you a gloved hand in farewell. Her grip is firm and cool. Good luck and be careful if that is at all possible. Sir Edward clasps each of your hands in turn, a soldier's grip, brief and honest. I have telegrammed Dr. Kafur. Send word when you reach Cairo. I suggest that you seek him out as soon as you reach Cairo. It will be invaluable whilst you find your feet. I recommend the Semiramis Hotel if funds permit. It is safe and close to both the Egyptian Museum and the British Residency. I'll find out what I can about those plans. He steps back. Nods. Farewell.
Well, thank you for your hospitality, and we hope to meet you again with good news and in better circumstances.
I wish that more than anything. As do I, says Lady Amelia. As the car rolls down the long gravel drive, the figures of Sir Edward and Lady Amelia diminish in the rearview mirror, standing arm in arm in the morning light, watching in silence as you leave the renewed sanctuary of Warren Hall behind, and begin the next leg of your journey to Cairo, the city of 1,000 minarets, the mother of the world, gateway to the east, the jewel of the Nile, the city of secrets and dust. After the 2-hour car journey to Eastbourne, you meet with Alfie Hargood in the King's Head for lunch. Alfie is a broad-shouldered man with a tanned, weather-beaten face and thick greying sideburns. He wears a worn navy reefer jacket, an old yachting cap, and seems to have a pipe permanently clenched between his teeth. He is good company on the crossing. The Sea Whisperer is a good vessel, and spirits you across the channel with little trouble. The weather is kind, and by 10 p.m. you are in Calais, having used Alfie's local knowledge to avoid any entanglements with customs officials. The next morning, Thursday the 5th of March, you are on board the iconic Train Bleu sleeper express heading down through France via Paris to Marseille. The Calais Mediterranean Express is a marvel of mahogany panelled walls and gleaming brass fittings with the smell of expensive French colognes and exotic cigars ubiquitous. Your compartment is an elegant little world of its own, with thick velvet drapes, brass reading lamps and green velvet seats that convert into bunks. The train sways gently, a soothing motion, the constant clatter of the wheels reassuringly rhythmic as you settle down for the night. Is there anything anybody wants to do on the train journey other than sleep, rest, etc.?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yep. I might start flicking through one of the tomes.
You can start flicking through one of the tomes.
Mhm.
Okay, which one?
Sir Edward referred to the one that
I
might
think,
tell us more
yeah.
about the
Yeah,
the
I was
city,
thinking of
the
them.
city in Australia.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Gnostic manuscripts.
Okay. Yeah.
Certainly, but that may be in the future. I was thinking something more Arabic. There is the one, the Ogniat Min Al Jinn, the Song of the Jinn, collection of old scrolls in Arabic, loosely bound together. Those are ones that
You found those in the Misa house
Gavin
workroom, yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, you want to start having a look through those, yeah?
yes.
Okay. Douglas, you are idly flicking through the Telegraph when, as you do, glancing through the personal column, as is your wont, when you see something of interest.
Make a note of it to speak to the gentleman
Okay.
about.
On reflection, now that you have had chance to digest the happenings at Warren Hall, all of you feel proud and heartened by your success. Can you all roll a d6, please?
3.
1.
Okay, that's your sanity gain from your exploit.
Nice.
Okay. If it's a sanity roll, you're always going to roll high, Jacob. If it's a gain, you're always going to roll low. That seems to be how it works.
It does, especially if it's sanity related.
Yeah. Okay. Just going to have a look and see. So nobody else is doing anything other than resting, other than Howard, who's looking at the tomes. Okay.
I just pass the time sketching and smoking.
When everybody's together, I'll show them the copy of the Telegraph and the personals. There's a message which I believe was sent by Alfred Kinnery, if you remember, the gentleman who has been following us ever since New York. It says DPD, which is me. In the sand, every footstep leaves a mark. Wise men know when to step aside. AK. I hope he's guessing that we've moved on. Maybe it's just a general warning rather than knowledge that we are heading towards Egypt, but we should keep an eye out for him.
Seems too much of a coincidence.
Absolutely. If we spot him, I think he needs to be dealt with. It is becoming tedious that he
He's more
keeps...
than a thorn in your side.
No, he is watching. He hasn't sought to actively engage, but that is what he does. He watches, perhaps sends others to do his dirty work, but we should be...
Dealt with.
Yes,
Dealt with permanently.
that would seem to be the best course of action.
Well, if he's
If you wish
working
me
for
to,
the other
if you wish me to spell it out, Professor, yes, I'm saying he should be killed. He's killed enough people, been responsible for enough deaths, that that's what he deserves.
well, if he works for the Brotherhood, then obviously he's no friend of ours.
Anyway, I don't think that tells us anything that we didn't know already, that we should be careful. Let's be careful. How goes your research, Professor?
I'm making some progress. My Arabic is a little rusty, but I'm getting there.
You seem in surprisingly good humour, which suggests to me you haven't reached the meat of the book yet, or the scrolls.
There's nothing that has shaken my fortitude so far, but no doubt that will come.
It's a matter of time. Right, I'll return to my paper.
That's what I've just sent what you've learnt so far from the kind of skimming through the text that you're reading.
Okay, I'll read that out to the others. So the conversations in these scrolls so far touch on a wide variety of esoteric and arcane subject matter. However, much of the material appears to be extracted from myths, legends, and literature. The text ends with a description of the methods Al-Sabah used to create a vessel that may be used to house his flaming genie, which could be useful. Is it possible to put a genie back in the bottle?
Where they
Or
live.
perhaps,
Might
yeah,
a flaming
perhaps-
genie be a flame vampire in a different pantheon?
Yes, quite possibly. So if we can recognise the vessel that they're kept in, it's something that we should not open. But if it is open, maybe it's something that we can use to put it back in. I'll read more, and if I do find out exactly what this vessel looks like, I'll let you know.
Okay. Plunge your head back into the book.
Yeah. So for the rest of the journey, I'll continue reading these to see if there's anything I've missed.
Okay.
And then next journey,
Yeah,
onto
I
something
realised
else
that.
on my reading list.
Well, you won't. These scrolls are going to take you quite a long time. So that what I've just given you
Yeah.
there is really only like the first one side of about 30 or 40 different scrolls.
Okay.
Because they're in Arabic, and also because they're badly written, smudged, and stained in places. It's quite hard to read them. So you feel like it's going to take you a bit of time to get through this.
Okay.
All you've done there is kind of just skim through and read the bits that are easy to to get to.
So quite possibly the whole journey to Cairo.
Yeah, potentially. Okay, you arrive in Marseille early morning of Friday the 6th of March. You manage to locate the next passenger vessel out of Marseille, heading for Alexandria, the SS Levant, and you're able to book passage. There's only a kind of stopover time in Marseille of a few hours before you need to hustle to the quay ready for embarkation. The quay bustle with the noises of a waking city, the clatter of crates, gulls screeching overhead, and the rhythmic clang of stevedores loading freight onto the SS Levant. Sunlight dances on the oily swells of the harbour, catching the gilded letters on the ship's hull, as a sharp whistle signals final boarding. A long table beneath a faded canvas awning bears the unmistakable presence of the French douane, the customs service. Two uniformed officers, caps squarely perched and moustached, meticulously trimmed, stand beside a brass-banded trunk being prodded open with a gloved hand. So you've just arrived at the quayside, and you're like shown into the queue for the customs. You can see that's what's happening ahead.
That's fine.
What are you going? Okay, a thin queue of travellers shuffles forward. Egyptian merchants in white linen, a British woman with a fox fur stole, a harried German botanist cradling a pot-bound fig tree. Suivant! Barks one of the customs officials. Next!
Okay, she'll move up.
Okay. Are you going to go? Are you going to go at the front, Blake?
I'll go first. Yeah.
Okay. And you've got I guess you've just got like your trunk on a wheeling it or something.
Yep.
Okay. A customs official steps up, with clipboard in hand. Non, destination.
Douglas Percival Blake, Cairo.
You are going to Egypt.
Yes.
For pleasure, oui, or something else.
Business. I have business at the museum there.
The museum. You archaeologist?
I deal more in antiquities and insurance related to stolen antiquities.
And what is in the crate?
There is personal effects and some items that I am returning to the museum, which were recovered by my insurance company in New York.
I see.
I'll show him my private detective credentials and the credentials that I have for working as an insurance investigator.
You make a...
Bullshit roll.
well, I'm just trying to think.
Actually, it's true. Actually, it's all true.
I know it's true. I know.
Yeah. What?
I think that you... Okay. Persuade... It's not really... You're not intimidating him. You're not really trying to con him. Have you got persuade or charm?
I do have persuade, and persuade's better than charm.
Okay. Yeah. Give us a persuade roll then, please.
Ah, cracking.
Okay, I'll give you a bonus. I'll give you a bonus die on that because your story is very plausible and is backed up by documentation.
That's still a fail.
Okay, make a luck roll, please.
Okay, that one I passed.
Okay, he looks at you a little bit suspiciously, and then one of his he's about to say something. One of his colleagues says something to him, and he steps across and has a brief exchange in French that you can't get.
I don't understand that at all. I only speak English.
So he just waves you through.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll
go
step
next.
up next.
No, I'll go next.
After you, Bert.
But you'll go next, are you?
I'm a hired gun and thug and murderer.
Where
Well,
did
true.
you? Where are you keeping your? At this point, I'm presuming you're not just carrying your shotgun with you.
No, it's wrapped up in my clothes in my trunk.
Okay. Okay, you step forward. Non, a destination.
Robert Brooks, Cairo.
Cairo, eh? Purpose of visit?
Yeah, just with my employer, Mr. Blake. I'm his bag man. You know, carry his effects, look after him.
What are you gesturing towards? Blake has just gone through.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you make a luck roll, please?
Oh, straight to luck, eh?
Yeah, straight to luck because you bypassed the.
That succeeded.
Okay. He just waves you through.
Okay.
The old classic, I'm with him.
Yeah.
I'm with him. I don't have to make a persuade or a charm roll.
Yeah.
It's all right. John said it's okay.
Okay, who's getting through next?
Jacob will go next.
Okay. Aha, good morning, sir.
In my finest American accent. Good morning, officer. So what a stylish uniform that is. So you seem to have so much higher standards than the customs officers in New York.
Destination.
Alexandria, then Cairo.
For what? His eyes narrow. For what purpose?
I'm an art dealer. I'm looking to collect some interesting works of art from Egypt to take home to New York.
Dealer, eh? Can you make a charm or persuade roll?
It's an ordinary success with a charm roll.
Okay. He smiles sarcastically. Have a good trip.
I will. Thank you so much, officer. Good morning.
He's already turned his attention to Howard.
Sweating at the back. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll fish inside my pocket for my passport and credentials. Professor Howard Baker. I'm heading to Cairo.
Yeah.
I'll show him my
Please.
passport.
May I ask the reason for your trip?
Academic. I'm a professor of history and archaeology.
Oh, archaeology again, eh?
And show him my credentials for Columbia University.
What luggage wise? What have you got with you?
Trunk with clothes.
Yeah.
Mainly. My pistol is wrapped up at the bottom.
Okay.
And I also have the wooden scepter in there as well.
Okay. Can you make a persuade or a charm roll, please?
Oh, charm. No, that's a fail.
Okay. Luck.
What was that? 18? No, that's a fail as well.
Please open the case.
Okay, I'll open up my case. You will find some history notes in there, and those Arabic scrolls.
And your gun.
Yes, at the bottom.
Okay.
But it's not illegal to carry a firearm, is it, in your trunk? I'll find out soon enough.
Okay. He has a quick look. He kind of picks up the papers and the scroll on the top. Strains his eyes looking at it. Puts it back in. and then wade you through.
Okay. Thank you. Good day to you. I'll grab one into my trunk and lift it up and carry on.
Okay, all of you head past customs towards your ship. Presently, the SS Levant pulls away from the stone quay of Marseille under a bright Mediterranean sun, her twin stacks trailing pale smoke into a cloudless sky. The salty breeze carries the scent of fish, oil, and exotic spices as the white buildings of the old port slip behind, giving way to the open sea and a horizon as sharp as a drawn blade. For the first day, the voyage is calm and lazy. The decks shimmer with heat by noon, and passengers, French officials, Levantine merchants, and the occasional English traveller sip aniseed liqueurs in the shaded cafe, murmuring over newspapers or sketching the Corsican coastline as it passes. By the third day, the Levant has rounded the heel of Italy, and the sea grows warmer, the stars brighter. The occasional Arabic voice joins the chorus on deck, and trays of sweet mint tea begin to replace coffee in the lounge. At night, the engine's steady thrum mingle with a slap of waves against steel, lulling even the most anxious sleeper into uneasy dreams. On the sixth evening, as the ship passes between the sands of North Africa and the shores of the Levant, a red moon rises over the water. The final leg to Alexandria brings stifling heat and flat, mirror-like waters. On the seventh morning, the coast of Egypt comes into view, as a smudge of ochre and white on the horizon. The lighthouse at Ras El Tin stands pale against the azure sky. The city's domes and minarets rise behind it, an ancient place where the modern world rubs shoulders with the old, and many ancient secrets will remain buried beneath the sands. Okay, during that period of time, you've been reading the book, haven't you?
Yep.
Howard?
Going through those scrolls.
Okay. Nobody else is reading anything else, are they? Or doing anything untoward? No.
Hell no.
Are you going to tell the others what you find from the book?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, by the time you have reached Alexandria, you have managed to decipher the majority, probably about 3/4 of the scrolls. Okay. And you have discovered that the scrolls, or the tome, which is lots of scrolls altogether, provides instruction on how to construct some sort of artifact, which bears the sign of a deity referred to as Cthulhu, and allows the containment of multiple fire vampires. So there is a spell within the tome which allows you to summon these creatures and bind them into the construct, Brazier.
Okay.
And they will then be at your command.
That is quite terrifying.
Speaking of terrifying, can you read sanity roll, please? D4. Let me just see whether... No, you don't need to make a sanity roll. You just lose D4 sanity. Can you roll a D4, please?
Right, where else?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So creating this artifact, the materials that I would need, are they likely to be mundane, or are they going to be quite difficult to get hold of?
No, the materials themselves seem to be fairly mundane. It's just that the spell itself provides a way of enchanting mundane materials.
Well, I think it's a good idea to make the artifact itself. Should we encounter any of these creatures? So
You
would
need
I
to...
then?
It's okay.
So, with the knowledge of this spell, if we do encounter them, would I be able to bind them and contain them? Or is this only if I were to summon them from elsewhere?
No, you think that if you were to encounter them, that could potentially be used in the same way.
Well, that sounds rather useful.
But you need to read on. You've got about a quarter of the tome left to read by the time you reach your destination, which will give you all the detail on the actual spell and how it works and what you need. So that'll be the kind of final bit. You also read something around. There was some talk, and again, you're going to have to read on to get some more detail on this. But there was some talk of being able to use the draw upon the power of the fire to melt magically imbued metal. So there's some reference to it being used to destroy magical locks and devices as well,
Okay.
which you're a little bit confused about, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah. Don't know
Okay.
how that would work, but
No, you need to.
let's find out.
Yeah. Okay. So you've read 3/4 of that. Can you just make a note when you're reading? Just make a note. You've read 3/4 of that book so far,
Yes.
just so that
Yeah.
we don't forget
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. As the Levant moves towards port, it is suddenly mobbed by a ramshackle flotilla of smaller vessels, either advertising a plethora of hotels and tourist services or touting for business as water taxis. The docks themselves are a tangle of movement and heat. Great iron cranes creak on rusted tracks, lowering crates of machine parts, sacks of grain, and rolled carpets onto waiting carts. The air is thick with mingled scents, brine and diesel, tobacco and sweat, and the sweet dusty fragrance of dried dates and jasmine. Men in tar-stained turbans shout over the clamour of hooves and handcarts, whilst donkeys strain against heavy loads beneath the watchful eyes of their drivers. A pair of British colonial policemen stand stiffly at the quay's edge, sweating in their khaki uniforms, eyeing new arrivals with professional suspicion. Nearby, a barefoot boy sells glasses of mint tea from a battered brass tray, weaving through a crowd of sailors and stevedores. Beyond the docks, the skyline rises, a chaotic blend of domes, colonial facades and minarets. The ochre walls of the ancient city shimmer in the heat haze, their surfaces scrawled with faded French signage and Arabic calligraphy. In the distance, the long curve of the Corniche follows the harbour's edge, busy with carriages, motor cars and robed pedestrians alike. As the ship docks, you gather your personal belongings and prepare to fight your way through the crowds of fez-wearing dragomans, porters and street touts. The ship's voyage is done, but you have a feeling that yours may only just be beginning. It is Friday the 13th of March, and you have arrived. It is just before midday as you step off. If you step off the ship at Alexandria Harbour, the sun hangs high over the harbour as you disembark down the gangplank, boots clattering on the warm wooden boards. The dry heat is immediate, dense and fragrant with salt and spice.
Feel that once we are settled, I may need to go and find some more suitable attire to be wearing in this heat.
Yes, that sounds sensible.
Must admit to feeling somewhat gloomy on the
Yes.
journey, but this place has an energy about it that lifts my spirits.
We should get some decent lodgings to get us started.
Absolutely.
Well, Sir Edward recommended the was it Semiramis Hotel? Perhaps you should take that recommendation up.
In Cairo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Gotta
right.
get
We need. We need.
Okay, porters shout in Arabic and French, loading camel carts and sputtering motor cars with steamer trunks and tea chests. Ahead, beneath a faded green awning, stands the low whitewashed building of the Egyptian Customs Authority, its arched windows shaded with wooden slats, and its limestone steps worn smooth by decades of colonial trade. A sign in 3 languages, Arabic, French and English, reads, "Entry registration, declare all goods. Bribery will not be tolerated." Again, you join a queue heading down the gangplank, watched over by the colonial officials heading towards the customs house.
Very well.
Okay, presently, are you going to go in the same order again?
Yep, guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you kind of shuffle forward, following the rest of the passengers into the whitewashed building of the customs authority. Inside, the room is thick with bodies and sweat. Ceiling fans churn the warm air above. Queues of passengers, sailors, scholars, merchants, and a few European tourists adjusting straw hats and linen collars. A row of customs officers sits behind a long marble counter. Their uniforms a blend of British tailoring and Egyptian insignia. A tall man with a waxed moustache and a clipboard waves you forward. Passports, please. Purpose
Okay.
of visit?
Purpose of visit business.
What type of business, sir?
Um,
He looks at
I
he scrutinises your passport and looks at you, like holds your picture up against it.
I work in insurance and antiquities.
Insurance. Interesting. And what is your purpose of visit? Are you staying in Alexandria?
No, I'm passing through on my way to Cairo. I have business at the museum there.
He gestures towards a side table where there are 2 uniformed guards already inspecting a French professor's valise. He says, you will open your luggage, please.
Of course. I open my luggage.
Okay. So you've got the big chest, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. One of the customs clerk rifles through the big trunk. Right, sees the books and stuff on the top, like and some of the items, and he gestures for the other guy to come over. One of them holds up. The clerk holds up one of the volumes, and the guy who originally spoke to you turns around and says, "What is this? For religious use? Scientific? What is it?"
It is an ancient text which was retrieved as part of an operation in New York. I do not know its nature. I'm not an expert. I was taking it to Cairo for identification.
And the same with all of these other items?
Yes. As I said, I work in insurance. It is my job to track down items which have been stolen, identify them, and return them to their rightful owners.
So these are Egyptian items.
Some are, some I suspect are not. They were retrieved in different circumstances. I shall be potentially travelling on past Cairo to other nations to have these items identified. But yes, some of these may well be Egyptian, and some of them may well end up in the museum in Cairo, which would be the rightful place for them.
I see. Make a luck roll, please.
Screamed it. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good success.
Okay. They don't bother taking any more items out of the trunk, and they just close it up again. He says, and just waves you through. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to Alexandrian. Stay out of the heat.
I shall. Thank you. I'll move on.
Are you next?
Yeah, step forward with my suitcase.
Passports, please.
Here you go, sir.
What brings you to Alexandria?
With my employer, Mr. Blake, you were just talking to, sir. I'm his bagman, sir.
Bagman.
Yes.
Like a dragoman. Yes?
Don't understand that word, sir, but carrying his belongings, helping him about. Yeah.
What's in there? He points at the crate.
What's it?
Kind
Okay,
trunk.
yeah. Clothing, sir.
Okay, he just waves you through. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you, sir.
Next, please. Quick, hurry along. You there.
Jacob steps up. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you, and please can I see your passport?
Of course. Here it is, Jacob Lockhart.
Welcome, Mr. Lockhart. You're American.
I am very excited to be here. It has a wonderful energy about it.
It's very kind of you to say so. And what is the purpose of your visit here, Mr. American?
I'm an art dealer. I'm traveling the world looking for interesting artworks, and I've heard an awful lot about your wonderful art here in Egypt. I was hoping to purchase some items to take back for the New York market.
I see.
If you have any recommendations about anyone I might contact while I'm here, I'd be very grateful.
I'm afraid art is not my thing. What is in your rather heavy-looking trunk?
Some of the art, well, my personal effects, obviously, and some of the artwork I've been collecting on my travels. I think this may be my final stop. I've acquired rather a lot.
Can you make a charm roll, please?
Absolutely nailed it. Yeah. Hard success.
Okay. I hope you enjoy your stay here, Mr. Lockhart. It is a pleasure to have an American here on our soil.
I'm sure I will. Thank you.
Who obviously pays such high regard to our art. But please, make sure you stay out of the heat.
I will. Thank you. I hope everyone's as hospitable as you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Please, forward.
I'll step up. Good morning. Professor Howard Baker. Delighted to be back in Egypt. And my passport.
He looks at your passport. I see you have returned.
Yes, an amazing country. Here to visit the Egyptian Museum. I have a colleague working there, so I'd like him to help me on some of these texts I have.
Colleague in the museum in Cairo. Would I know the man?
Possibly. Dr. Ali Kafur.
Dr. Carrefour. Yes, he is most famous. You are a friend of his. Well,
Indeed, is a very eminent scholar. Very looking forward to our discussions.
everything seems to be in order here, so please move on through, and you may need to stay out of the heat.
Yes, indeed. I need. Can you recommend a tailor nearby? I think we need to lose these European clothes.
I'm sure if you just walk out of the port, you will be accosted by numerous tailors.
Yes, that is what I feared.
You will be,
Anyway.
how you say in your country, spoiled for choice.
Yes, I know. Anyway, glad to be back. Thank you.
Good day to you. Okay. Presently, you all convene. You have made it through customs, and you are now standing on the dockside in Alexandria. There are lots of merchants and locals of all types who, as you begin to move away from the docks, you are surrounded by gaggles of children and asking to carry your bags. Other dragomen and locals offering all sorts of wares and trying to recommend accommodation, places to eat, places to buy clothes, basically every kind of service that you can imagine. What are you going to do?
From last time I was in Alexandria, presumably I stayed at a reasonably priced hotel.
Yeah. You know that you just need to get. You know that the way forward from here to get to Cairo is basically just to go to the station, catch the train, which takes about 4 or 5 hours to get to Cairo.
It's about midday.
Yeah, so you can get to the station, and you can get to Cairo by the evening.
Okay, and there will be trains running throughout the day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And in that case, I'll hail a taxi or two for us and off to the station.
Okay, you fight off the throngs of attendants. The rest of you following Professor Howard.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He knows the lay of the land.
Okay, you hail a taxi to the station, and after a rickety ride through the chaotic streets of Alexandria, you arrive at the station. You don't have to wait very long before a train pulls in, and you are heading on the journey south to Cairo. What's your plan when you get to Cairo? You're going to try and find the Hotel Semiramis.
Yeah, straight away.
Okay.
Yep, straight to the hotel, I think.
The journey from Alexandria to Cairo is uneventful, although quite crowded and hot. You disembark at the station in Cairo, and it isn't difficult to find. There are locals swarming all over the platform. Some of them push forward and kind of jostle tourists such as yourself. But you can see others that are standing just outside of the station with cars that have the larger hotels, the ones that cater for those of a more discerning nature. And it isn't long before you can see a car which has the Hotel Semiramis sign next to it, and an attendant ushers you in, politely smiles, and then presume just going to put all your luggage in the boot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a short journey from the station to the hotel, rising grandly along the east bank of the Nile, just north of the Qasr el Nil Bridge. The Hotel Semiramis stands as a glittering jewel in the cosmopolitan heart of Cairo, a 6-story edifice of pale limestone and ornate balconies. Its neoclassical facade shimmers in the golden light, flanked by rows of date palms and white-jacketed doormen. Within, the Semiramis offers an opulent refuge for foreign dignitaries, archaeologists, adventurers, and Cairo's fashionable elite. The lobby is a soaring hall of polished marble floors, high coffered ceilings, and tall windows that flood the space with sunlight filtered through silk curtains. The scent of sandalwood and exotic cologne drifts subtly through the air, mingling with the faintest whiff of pipe smoke and French perfume. Uniformed porters glide through the space with brass-bound trunks. A grand staircase, its railings wrought in curling ironwork, leads up to upper floors, while the cool murmur of conversation echoes from the nearby Palm Court lounge, where rattan chairs and potted ferns surround small tables set for tea. Okay, what type of room do you wish for? Do you wish to engage?
How many floors is it on?
6, I think it was. wasn't it?
6.
So
Yeah.
we should try and be.
Top floor suite.
They do have.
Yes.
We do have top floor suite available, sir. It is quite expensive, but I'm sure that you will find it unrivaled throughout the city in terms of its opulence and comfort.
And will it accommodate all of those?
Oh, yes, it sleeps 5. Would that be okay?
I think
That's
so.
perfect.
Very good. How long would you wish to engage the room for, sirs?
Week,
I should think.
a week initially, with an opportunity to perhaps extend our stay if our business is not concluded.
Very good. Can I just ask you to write your names here, please? And can I see your passports?
Do all that.
Hand them over.
Okay. He hands you the key. You have room number 3. Shall I have your baggage sent up for you?
Please do. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Please.
Very good. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Should you need any help with getting around and knowing where places are, then please let us know. We will do everything we can to help you.
Excellent.
Well,
Thank
thank
you for your hospitality.
Planning. That is fine. Are you planning on visiting the pyramids?
Well, it would be remiss of us not to.
There are many guides, but not all of them are trustworthy, if you understand me. So if you are
Mm.
planning on visiting anywhere, then please, once again, let us know and we can recommend those that would be trustworthy for the likes of yourselves.
Of course, that sounds very wise advice. And your name, sir? If we need to
My name
ask
is
you.
Ali.
Ali, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine, sir. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Okay, you take the lift up to the top floor, where you find that your rooms offer high ceilings, tiled floors, and shuttered French windows that open onto views of the Nile and the gardens below. The suite boasts brass canopy beds, mahogany writing desks, and 2 private balconies, from which you can see feluccas drifting on the river, and even the distant haze of the pyramids of Giza on a clear day such as today. You begin to unpack, I presume.
Yes.
Back quickly, and then I think we need to have a gin and tonic in the bar.
Yes, perhaps we
Absolutely.
should have a tailor visit us in our room to be
Mhm.
measured up. I'm sure that is something that can be arranged.
Okay, you begin unpacking and thinking of such things. As dusk begins to fall, you can hear the rooftop terrace come alive with gentle music from a gramophone and the tinkling of glasses just above you. You are safely ensconced in Cairo.
We've made it to Cairo, a hotbed of post-colonial intrigue in what could be our most dangerous season yet. Join us next time on Steady Rolling Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep.